Look at this beautiful flower that is blooming. Oh, this was a gift. I know, you're going to have to excuse the weeds. I've not been able to get out there on my back patio for a while because there were wasps and bees. And so we were trying to wait until those all made a home somewhere else. I am so excited and thrilled. I didn't even see it this morning when I opened the curtain. I came over here to close the curtain. And I said, oh my word, it's so gorgeous. So this was gifted to me. This was my son-in-law's mother's mother. This was one of her plants. She passed away last year. And so she had gotten a bunch of her, I don't know, are these irises? And brought me over 3 plants. And I've had them, yeah, probably going on a year, I'm estimating. And, but look at how gorgeous. And this has been getting, it's like kind of like under the eave of my house, but it's a beautiful pink. I'm going to zoom in for you. I'll go out there later on and take a picture from the center so you can see it. Wow, just makes me so happy. Just had to share that with all of you. So now I'm going to do a vintage haul video from my mother's house. So this is going to be fun. Lots of goodies. Welcome to this vintage estate. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to call it, but a craft haul, a fabric haul, a goodies surprise junk journal haul. Lots and lots of goodies. And all of these items came from my mom's estate. So I'm just so excited that I am able to share and to use things that were my mom's. So every time that I use them, then it's going to bring back really sweet memories and things that she loved and things that I am able to make good use of. So I'm going to just start off and show you all of the beautiful containers that she had. She loved pink roses. Pink roses were her thing. And this beautiful frame with pink roses. This is my mom here. This is my great aunt Jerusha Elizabeth Robertson there. And so I love this frame, just absolutely beautiful. And then this 10, isn't that pretty? Love that. So I'll show you what I put in there already. And then this one is from England. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. Gonna fill that up with lots of goodies. So what I decided to do with these containers, so this one is still empty and that one is still empty. I'm going to put projects in each of these containers. So this one I've already put a project in here, and we're going to make this here on my channel. So let me show you what I put in here. So all of my slow stitching items for this project, I'm starting to collect and put in here. So the embroidery thread, and this is a fabric placemat. So we're actually going to do slow stitching on that fabric placemat. And so we're going to be having a fun time doing that. So collect yourself a fabric placemat. And so here are some of the items that I was able to utilize from my mom's house. And anything that I can use in my crafting is what I was really wanting to save. So these are linen napkins, and I use these for my vintage hanky, not vintage hanky, vintage needlebook kits. So these are perfect, absolutely beautiful. Obviously you can see they're brand new. And then there's these beautiful pink tulip little napkins. These are perfect size for the needlebook cover. And then just some beautiful crocheted linens and lace that I'm going to be using in the kits as well. So all of these goodies will be coming to the kits, and then for future projects and kits as well, I'm going to be cutting out these embroidery flowers and then using, this is from a shirt, this whole beautiful lace roll. Isn't this gorgeous? This is a curtain, so that's going to be utilized. And then this beautiful shabby chic style, actually it's a sheet, cotton sheet, but look at how beautiful those pink roses are on there. So I love that, so I'm going to be incorporating that into lots of the projects. And then this is a pillow cover. It's just a little pocket that you put a pillow in that someone made. And look at this beautiful pen that someone made. Isn't this gorgeous? It actually can come off of there, so I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to put this on the front of a journal that I'm going to make. And the style of the journal is going to be vintage Victorian, and it's going to be themed so lovely. And these are note cards, but I'm going to incorporate that in there, and I'm going to be using this sheet material for the cover of the journal, and then incorporate cards and all kinds of cute little Victorian girl and animal themed ephemera into that journal. So that is something that I'm really excited about. So let me show you the next little collection of goodies that are for junk journaling. Okay, so all of these goodies were in this drawer, and it's just everything that was amazing, fun, exciting for slow stitching and junk journaling and gifting. So I'm going to start off with items that I'm going to be gifting to my customers when they make a purchase in my Markets of Sunshine shop, which is where all the junk journaling and slow stitching kits can be found, and embellishments. So these were handmade by a lady that my mom had a brick and mortar shop. Her and I curated the items. I had included some of my handmade items, and all kinds of artisans work were in there, and vintage housewares also. So this is at least 30 years old, I know, and this has been a crocheted doily that had the stiffener added, little potpourri bag, the rosettes, the pearls, the ribbon, and the little pearl hanger. Isn't this adorable? So I'm going to gift one of these with every slow stitch order that I receive. The next 5 customers, so 5 different people, will receive one of these. So I have 5 of these, and so I will just pick one, and you will receive one in with your order. So there's 4 hearts. So I'm going to set those aside over here. And then there's just this one bag. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. And it's gold pearls instead of just the white pearls. There's a little string of white pearls here and down here, and then the fringe at the bottom. And there's not a strong odor with the rose petals anymore. It's just very, very mild fragrance. And I'm extremely sensitive, so if it passes Marcia's nose, you know it's okay. And then these 2 little rosettes I am going to incorporate into my junk journaling, and probably on the front of a cover. I think that's where those are going to wind up. And then this is a darling little vintage hanky card. This was just in my mom's collection, and so I'm just going to hang on to this and incorporate it into a pocket, into a journal. But I love that. She had a brand new pack of 3 packs, so there's 900 index cards. So we're going to be making lots of altered index cards. And there was 2 boxes of puzzles. I think this is really cute. These are miniature puzzles, obviously for children. And then I don't know why she has so many packs of decks of playing cards, but it's okay too because we can alter playing cards. So what I'm going to do is make ephemera kits and add those into my shop, and so I'm going to share all these with you all. These are vintage cards, and I remember, like, this is a set from when my daughter and nieces and nephew were little, so I'm going to incorporate those in. These Raggedy Andy, brand new in the little case. I'm going to be incorporating these in. And then just all of these are playing cards here. So again, just adorable, whimsical. There's animals. Alexander the Great. I have no idea what's inside of that. This is from Key West. I believe this was from Key West. The Coca-Cola. Another Key West. One for space. This is Treasures of the Tsars from Russia. We went to a Russian exhibit in St. Pete. And then Uno card pack, a Phase 10 game card pack. So I'm just going to open these all up and incorporate them into these ephemera packs that I'm going to make available for you all. Now, these are really fun. These are miniature cards. We went to Six Flags in 1976. We went to the Grand Ole Opry the same year. And then she had 2 packs. These were for my nieces and nephews to play with, of the Beatrix Potter miniature books. Absolutely adorable. I'm going to keep these and put them in my journals. And then more miniature cards, souvenirs. These were just souvenirs from places that we went to. And I mean, it's just so much fun. Absolutely fun. Washington, D.C., the Keys, New Orleans. These are all childhood memories. Are just amazing. I love it. And so that's the show and tell ephemera haul, vintage haul that I've, gleaned so far, and I'm just really happy with everything that I have and happy to be able to show you. And I have a beautiful butterfly box. I want to show you that. Let me move this out of the way. Put it back where I had it. It's a little bit heavy. This is a vintage, was a chifforobe of my grandfather's. Let me get the container. Anything and everything butterfly my mom bought for me, and she would give me things along and along. And so she intended to give me this. Obviously, she didn't intend to die, but... And so this I have filled with cards that people are sending to me, sympathy cards. And just going to move things around here a little bit. But all these are the sympathy cards that I've been receiving. And then my address book, I'm going to put all of their addresses in my address book now. But isn't this case beautiful? These are just, vinyl straps, but look at the beautiful butterfly on here. Absolutely love this. Just beautiful, gorgeous. And another beautiful pink rose 10. One of the ladies from her shop, so this is at least 30 years old, painted on these. So I'm going to fill it up with more slow stitching items. So each of these tins, every project that I'm going to work on here with you all on my channel, I'm going to incorporate into these containers. So this one will have a project, this will have a project, this other one will have a project. The one I showed you already has the project in here, and it just so happened that the placemat matched this tin, so that's why I picked that to put that in. So it's really making me feel so happy. And this was a smaller table runner that she had that I cut up, obviously with the pink roses again. So I'm going to incorporate these into a journal, and I thought I'd put this on a cover. I thought those would be really pretty. And then I'll put those in with kits as well. So a lot of this is going to be coming to the kits. You're going to be receiving lots of these vintage ephemeras and linens that were my mom's. I want to share it with everyone. So thank you for joining me here today on my channel, and I will get started with you on a project. We'll be back I will start my scavenger hunt game. We'll start that back in July. And my mom's memorial is coming up. So once that is completed, and I still have to complete her items of her estate, we're still working on that. So that's going to be completed, take a couple more months. But in the meantime, then I think I want to start working on this placemat slow stitching project with you all. So let me pull this out. There's actually two, but I'm just going to work on one at a time, but I am going to do both of them, and then I'm going to put them on my table. So they're both sides have stains on them, but that's fine. They're clean. They've been washed. And so I'm only going to cover one side and with the slow stitching, so it's really going to be pretty. But I thought it was so much fun that this matched. Look at how closely it matches this tin. So I was like, yes, so that little project is going to go in here. And I just started putting the items in here. So the laces and all that, I'll start collecting more of those, and I'll put them in here too. So next week's video, so every Wednesday is when I'm going to be doing videos. And so I will be working on the placemat. We'll slow stitch the placemat for next Wednesday. So thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for staying with me. And I hope you'll join the community. Leave me a comment. Let me know what goodies that you liked seeing. And I'll see you in the next video. So keep smiling, stay safe, and keep creating in the sunshine. Bye-bye.